Hey everyone, it's me Waddles, welcome back, hope you're doing well. So, if you haven't heard, this small indie game named Minecraft out of Sweden is kind of relevant right now. It definitely seems that a pretty large amount of players are either trying Minecraft out for the first time right now, or coming back to Minecraft from years of being away. If that's you, welcome back. A lot of creators are even uploading Minecraft again. In fact, this past week, somebody you might know that's pretty cool, pretty amazing, his name is PewDiePie, uploaded some Minecraft videos which were pretty awesome. And so that gets us to today's video. So the goal of this video, well, that's pretty simple. Sum up the last 5 years worth of Minecraft updates. If somebody asks you what happened since update 1.7, show them this video. And if you like what you see here, you're coming back to the game, definitely hit that subscribe button. I'll keep you up to date. It'll be cool, it'll be fun. And yeah, there's cool links down below as well. But let's get on with the past 5 years. So, where do we start? Well, technically with Minecraft 1.7.5. The initial 1.7 update released in 2013, and looking at my calendar, that's 6 years ago. So, that's a no-go. To briefly sum that update up, new biome structures, flowers, stained glass, and much more. Much more. Now, onto the updates that actually released 5 years ago. Our timeline officially starts with Minecraft 1.7.5. The 1.7.5 update brought realm updates and bug fixes. In fact, so I don't have to say it a bunch of times, keep in mind, every single update brings bug fixes. Minecraft 1.7.6 featured more realm improvements, support for account name changing, and some skin system updates. The skin system updates made it a whole lot easier to change your player skin, or what you look like. 1.7.7 fixed 1.7.6 crashing. 1.7.8 fixed issues with 1.7.7. And finally, the 1.7.9 update improved the name update speed. Now, to keep this video moving and interesting, I won't be mentioning any more small, insignificant updates. If I don't specifically mention the update, like 1.8.1, small changes, bug fixes. So, the 1.8 update, also known as the Bountiful update. 1.8 added all of these things in this chest and more. As of Minecraft 1.8, the block that we cannot mention, granite and andesite now generate in caves, polished versions of those blocks, coarse dirt and red sandstone, as well as the slime block. Wet sponge was also added, and again, all of these other things here. Minecraft 1.8 brought the 16 banner colors. Banners can be customized and personalized with patterns and designs. The patterns and designs can be layered to create even more complex patterns and designs. 1.8 also brought the wonderful fence and door variants. I can remember when these were added, and the acacia door, that was the stuff. I loved the idea of being able to see through the door like that. It was just some of the coolest stuff in the world. Again, these 3 blocks were added into cave generation, and then we have these fancy polished versions as well. From my experience, andesite is really useful when it comes to building. The slime block, which is a really interesting block that basically acts as like a sticky glue block. The slime block can move most other blocks in Minecraft. We have the iron trapdoor, basically a strong trapdoor, and the armor stand, a stand that you can put armor on. It's kind of self-explanatory. In Minecraft 1.8, sponge actually got a use. You can use sponge to clear out water. After soaking up water with your sponge, you'll need to take it into a furnace or into the nether to dry it out. 1.8 also introduced the rabbit, one of the most useless mobs in the game. The rabbit does drop rabbit hide, rabbit's foot, and raw rabbit. Raw rabbit can be cooked into cooked rabbit or crafted into rabbit stew. Rabbits can spawn in like forests and plains and deserts. There are different variants, but yeah, these things are kind of like chickens and they're not really useful for anything. They're just here. Yep, that's a rabbit. The endermite got a spawn egg, which was already in the game. In survival, endermites spawn occasionally when an ender pearl is tossed. Minecraft 1.8 also introduced ocean monuments. These things spawn at random in oceans and are absolutely massive. If you're up to it, you can block off the outside ocean from the ocean around the monument, drain it, and create some sort of guardian farm. Alongside these ocean monuments came the 3 prismarine variants as well as sea lanterns. Inside of an ocean monument, you can expect to find 3 elder guardians, basically giant pale guardians, as well as sponges and gold blocks. There's really not too much else inside of these things, so I don't know if it's worth it, but you could totally try and take on one of these things if you're up for the challenge. And finally, there were some other smaller changes in 1.8 as well. In 1.8, sheep got a custom meat drop. That meat drop is raw mutton. Raw mutton can be cooked up into cooked mutton and is just as good as beef, I believe. There was a brand new enchantment added in 1.8 as well. That enchantment is the Depth Strider enchantment. This enchantment makes the player move faster in water. It goes on boots. This update also added the ability to place buttons on the floor and on the ceiling. Zombie heads, creeper heads, and skeleton skulls are now able to be obtained in survival. There were quite a bit of changes to mob AIs and then some enchantment changes. These changes are actually definitely significant enough to be talked about. In 1.8, the amount of experience needed to enchant things changed a lot. Prior to 1.8, if you wanted your bottom enchantment, you would need 30 levels. That's not the case anymore. As of 1.8, you will need some lapis and way less levels to enchant. For a level 1 enchantment, you'll need 1 lapis and 1 level. A level 2 enchantment, 2 lapis, 2 levels. Level 3, 3 levels and 3 lapis. The level that you need for each enchantment is listed over here on the right hand side. 1.8.2 introduced the frame time graph in the F3 screen. This can be accessed by holding down F3 and Alt. A whole bunch of new statistics in the statistics menu and some other minor changes. As of Minecraft 1.8.6, dispensers can no longer place command blocks. Minecraft 1.8.8 saw the addition of a new realm minigame that was designed by Seth Bling. In the 1.8.9 update, between December 24th and 26th, trap chests will now look like presents. This mimics the behavior of normal chests. Moving on to Minecraft 1.9. The 1.9 update was definitely the most divisive update in Minecraft's history. This update dealt with combat and the end. It's safe to say there were quite a bit of features added to the end, including some pretty amazing things like the elytra and, of course, the dragon head. 1.9 saw the introduction of treasure enchantments in the form of Frostwalker and Mending. Again, the talking dragon head. I must stress the talking dragon head's importance. Very, very important. Game-changing. Shields, which are I guess pretty cool. A lot of people tell me I should use them. I still don't. They block things. You can put banner patterns on them. That's pretty cool. But if you do the banner pattern, just know your banner is going to be consumed. You won't have it anymore, so make a copy first. 1.9 introduced dual wielding, which means you can hold something in your offhand and hold something else in your on-hand, so you can maybe look at a map and fight things off like a true warrior. Beetroot, which is I still forget that this is even in the game. It's pretty useless. And finally, the new combat system. So the old combat was like this. We could just spam things like that, and if you want to do anything good, that's not the way to do it anymore. You have to time your hits. There is a little timer below your crosshair, and if you hit too soon, you will do less damage. A lot of people absolutely hate this for whatever reason. I like it though. It's pretty cool. But the word in the community is the combat is getting changed again soon, so I don't know. You might have to not even get used to that. The rest of the 1.9 stuff can be showed off in the end. So after you fight the Ender Dragon, you can either A, respawn the dragon, or B, go off into one of these things and explore. To use those things, throw an Ender Pearl into the portal, just like I did, and you'll be sent far off into the end. Now it's your job to wander in any direction, a random direction. Look at all of this stuff. It's pretty repetitive until you find an end city. And if you're really lucky, an end ship as well. Let's talk about the better of the two things first. So the end ship. On the front of the end ship, you can find a dragon head. You can definitely wear that. And then down below, you can find an elytra. The elytra is a wearable set of wings that lets you glide around the world, so pretty good. Definitely don't lose that thing. There is also some pretty good loot inside of this thing, so definitely clear up your inventory before you head out here. Now, the end city. End cities are loaded with shulkers, which are basically box mobs that spit balls at you that make you levitate. They are kind of dangerous, but also not all that dangerous if you're paying attention. End cities are designed very, very vertically, like going up. So bring a lot of blocks or get really good at parkour because you'll definitely need them. End cities can have pretty good loot as well, so they are definitely worth your time. So that's pretty much the combat update, but not really. There's a lot more to this stuff, but moving on to 1.9.1. 1.9.1 introduced a brand new armor damage formula and some other small changes. 1.9.3 introduced the stop sound command and featured some adjustments to the TP command. Minecraft 1.10 was a pretty small update. In fact, this update only had 3 snapshots and 2 pre-releases before it was fully released. This update is also known as the Frostburn update. These are the items, so 4 blocks, the magma block, the nether wart block, red nether bricks, and the bone block, and then 3 mobs, the polar bear, the stray, and the husk. This first thing is a structure void. You will never see this in survival. In fact, if you want it, you'll have to use the give command. First, the bone block. Bone blocks look pretty nice in my opinion. They are crafted with 9 bone meal. These are magma blocks. Magma blocks are nice. They deal damage to anyone who stands on them, like that. So don't stand on them or crouch while you're on them. This effect is pretty much the same for most, but not all, other mobs. Magma blocks can be found down low in the nether or crafted with 4 magma creams. This stuff is the nether wart block. It's crafted with 9 nether wart, which is pretty expensive, so most people never even use this stuff. It's kind of cool though. Red nether brick, which is a red version of normal nether brick. You craft it with 2 nether wart and 2 nether brick. Polar bears, which are these creatures right here. Polar bears are insanely protective of their young. If the player decides to get in between the mother polar bear and the baby, bad things will happen. As in you'll get killed. And then finally, the husk and the stray. Husks spawn in deserts. They are basically desert zombies. Strays spawn in the snowy biomes. They are basically snow skeletons. Strays have the chance to drop arrows of slowness, which is pretty cool, and husks can give the player hunger if they are touched by them. Finally, in 1.10, we saw some other small changes like this amazing thing right here. Yes. You can fish for items. Yeah. It's pretty fun. Moving on to 1.11, the exploration update. 1.11 was all about exploration. 1.11 was also a smaller update. In 1.11, the Observer, Shulker boxes, and Shulker shells were added. The Totem of Undying, the Llama, the Evoker, the Vex, the Vindicator, and the Zombie Villager spawn egg were added. Zombie villagers were not new in this version. The spawn egg is the new thing. So first, the Observer. The Observer detects any block state change on the block that it's looking at. So the unimpressed face, right there. Very unimpressed by the block change. If you're into farming, these things are pretty useful for auto farms. This is the Vindicator. Vindicators are dangerous. They wield axes, and if they hit the player, they'll take like half of your health away. Don't go near them. Shulker boxes are an interesting thing. You craft one with 2 shulker shells and a chest, and you can think of these things as a backpack. Let's say I had these Vindicator eggs that I wanted to keep. I can throw them in the shulker box, close the box, break the box, and move over to wherever I'm wanting to use them, which actually happens to be right here. I can place this box back down, open it up, and the eggs are still inside of it. 1.11 also saw the introduction of a brand new villager type, the Cartographer villager. The Cartographer has an interesting trait. Cartographers can trade exploration maps that lead you to one of 2 things. Either an ocean monument or a woodland mansion. We'll be checking out woodland mansions in a minute. Llamas were added, and llamas can wear carpets. Each carpet has its own design, so this is a black carpet. This is a white carpet, and they're really not all that useful. They travel in lines, though, like straight groups. It's kind of cool. And finally, this bad guy lives in the woodland mansion. It's an evoker. They hate villagers, and they drop the Totem of Undying, which saves you from death, but yeah, they're pretty strong. They're like boss tier mobs. So now the woodland mansion. These things are pretty rare, and they are also pretty big. They have some decent loot, but they also have some pretty scary enemies. These things are basically giant mansions. Lots of hallways, lots of different rooms. Inside of these things, you'll find Vindicators, so the axe guys, Evokers, and probably lots of other mobs as well because the lighting level is pretty low in here. So make sure you gear yourself up if you're heading out to one of these. The best loot from these things is probably the Totem of Undying. The 1.11.1 update added iron nuggets to Minecraft as well as the Sweeping Edge enchantment. The Sweeping Edge enchantment is for swords and ups the damage that your sweep attack does. 9 iron nuggets can be crafted from 1 iron ingot. Also, old tools or new tools can be smelted down in a furnace into their respective nuggets. This is for iron tools and gold tools. Gold nuggets were already in the game. Minecraft 1.12 is known as the World of Color update. 1.12 focused on colorful things, such as concrete powder, glazed terracotta, and lots of colorful beds. Parrots were added in this update as well, and the knowledge book, which is an item that can only be obtained with the give command. Concrete powder, this bottom stuff, can be crafted with 4 sand, 4 gravel, and then a dye. If I want brown concrete powder, I'll need brown dye. Concrete can be crafted by dumping water on concrete powder. And finally, glazed terracotta is created by smelting normal terracotta in a furnace. Terracotta is hardened clay, so it's the same stuff. The colors are pretty vibrant on all of these things, which is pretty nice. The concrete is actually a pretty useful block. Parrots were also added in Minecraft 1.11. You can find these creatures spawning in jungles. They'll dance to music, even if it's gloomy music, and can be tamed with seeds. Once you tame a parrot, it just might, if you're lucky, sit on your shoulder. Is this parrot ever going to be tamed? There we go. Doesn't usually take that long. But walk over a parrot and it will maybe sit on your shoulder. That's pretty cool, but the music is loud. If you run, the parrot will stay on you, but if you jump, the parrot is off. Minecraft 1.13, the update Aquatic. This update was one of the biggest updates that Minecraft ever received. This is also where I started making content pretty routinely. I do have an in-depth update Aquatic guide video that I definitely advise you check out if you're coming back to the game because things are different. The update Aquatic added lots of new button, pressure plate, and trapdoor variants, a whole brand new water mechanic system with waterlogging, the trident, corals, stripped wood, bark blocks, lots of mobs, fish, like phantoms, a lot. There is a lot to talk about in 1.13. Let's talk about the trident, though. The trident is interesting. The trident is a ranged as well as a melee weapon. There are 4 trident enchantments. The update Aquatic added in lots of new aquatic life. Around your Minecraft world, you will find ambient fish swimming around, and then under the water, you'll find lots of new sea life, like sea pickles, corals, seagrass, kelp over here, and even a few new mobs, like the turtle and the dolphin. Now, I mentioned new water mechanics. 1.13 introduced waterlogging. Blocks like stairs, fences, and slabs can now be placed underwater and actually look normal. This is no trick or anything like that. You just literally place slabs or whatever you're trying to do underwater, and it should sort itself out. 1.13 also introduced bubble columns. If you place soul sand under water sources, you get an upwards bubble column, and if you have magma blocks under water sources, you'll get a downwards pulling bubble column. Banner markers can be added to maps. This thing is a conduit, which grants permanent water breathing, faster braking, and better vision underwater. These are the new stripped logs, which are created by using an axe on wood. The trapdoors, pressure plates, and buttons. Turtles. Dolphins. And drowned. If you're looking to get your hands on a trident, you'll need to find a drowned and kill it. Hopefully, it will drop its trident. The goal of the update Aquatic was to bring life to the oceans, and oh boy, did this update do that very well. There are new ocean biomes, new ocean mobs, new ocean blocks, even shipwrecks and ocean ruins that you can find around the ocean. The update Aquatic was probably one of the best and definitely one of the largest updates Minecraft ever received. I mean, take a look at this warm ocean with the coral, the shipwreck. Like, this is just beautiful. This looks so amazing. Now again, there's a whole lot more to this update, but we don't have a whole lot more time. So if you're looking for more information on it, check out my in-depth guide. In 1.13.1, these dead coral plants were added, fish now drop bone meal, and squid will now only spawn in rivers, in oceans, and in beach water. The 1.13.2 update brought great performance improvements. And finally, here we are at Minecraft 1.14, the Village and Pillage update that released earlier this year. This update was all about improving and redoing villagers. There was quite a bit of content added in this update as well. 1.14 brought even more slab and stair variants as well as wall variants, and split up and revolutionized crafting as we know it. New dyes, new signs, dyeable signs, walls, slabs, stairs, and so much more. Villagers now have new outfits and workstations, and a brand new trading UI and leveling system. Ravagers, which are mean mobs that drop saddles, were added into the game. Pillagers, which are gray looking people with crossbows, they're pretty mean, were added in. Wandering traders will spawn around your world with 2 llamas. These guys have pretty nice sandals and crazy expensive prices. Pandas were added to Minecraft. Pandas love cake. If you throw them cake, they will sit down and eat it. They also quite like bamboo that was added in this update. Foxes were added in 1.14 as well. Foxes are nocturnal, but will eat at any time of the day. They'll harvest the brand new sweet berry bushes by themselves and eat the loot. And a whole bunch of cat variants were added into Minecraft as well in this update. The crossbow and its 3 unique enchantments were added. Every single village received an overhaul, and some new villages were even added. Bamboo jungles were added into Minecraft in this update, as well as pillager outposts. 1.14 even saw the addition of a brand new raid mechanic, which is pretty cool. Just like with 1.13, I have a pretty concise 1.14 update guide video. That video alone is 35 minutes, so there is no way that I just covered everything. Know that 1.14 was a pretty huge update as well, and if you're looking for more information, check out my 1.14 guide. I'll put a card on screen right now. 1.14.1 introduced a brand new pause screen that can be accessed by pressing Escape and F3 at the same time. Some new splashes were added and performance improvements. 1.14.2, better performance and some small changes. 1.14.3 introduced the Disable Raid game rule, improved some lantern, torch, and pressure plate placement, and then featured some other small changes to 1.14 features. 5 years is a really long time. 5 years is half of this game's lifespan. A lot has changed for the better in the last 5 years, and I think we have reached the end of today's video. That was the last 5 years in Minecraft summed up as fast as I could do it. I hope you liked the video. If you're coming back to Minecraft, again, welcome. I'm Waddles. In my opinion, I make some pretty cool Minecraft videos, and it'd be pretty cool to have you subscribe as well, so you can stay up to date with what's happening in this wonderful community. What update did you start playing Minecraft at? Tell me down below. Description has links to my stuff, my Twitter, my Instagram, Patreon, if you love what I do. And, yep. Thank you very much for watching. Go have a good day. My name is Waddles. I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye, everyone.